Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is Jackass Retro. My name is Matt, and it's this week's Postcards Only What Sold video. Now, before we get started, I wanted to mention a couple of things. First of all, I've retooled all the links down below. I'm including in there some links that are going to be, I think, helpful in terms of researching and learning about postcards. If you're not already familiar with those sites, I definitely recommend go checking them out. And also, John over at Popeye's Postcards, who's so far been a very great support for the channel, suggested that I start including some of the postcard show information in each video. So I'm going to go ahead and include links below to some upcoming shows. There's none this week, but I think there's one coming up at the beginning of August. There's not a lot of these going on anymore. And, it's a community that definitely is getting a little bit up in age overall. If I had the opportunity to go, I definitely would be doing so. Unfortunately, the closest one in the next 12 months that's scheduled is in Oklahoma. So it's not real easy for me to go, but if you're near one of these locations, they can be a great sourcing opportunity for you in finding some, high value cards, maybe very inexpensively. A lot of these people aren't selling on eBay, so I definitely recommend going and checking them out if you have the opportunity. A large number of them are on the East Coast and Midwest, so if you're watching from one of those locations, take a look at the schedule down below and check out one of the shows if there's one near you. Also, I've finally set up affiliate links down below for the products that I use. And, of course, you can always find some other ways to support the channel down below as well. So, without further ado, let's talk about what sold. So we had 47 postcards going out on eBay for about $360. And then we had 4 cards going out on HipPostcard for about $86. So a little bit slower week, both in number and in dollar amount. But I'm also recording this video about 5 hours earlier than I normally do. And Sunday afternoons and evenings tend to be pretty busy. So that could easily account for the drop in the numbers. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, now I couldn't remember if we did this one last week, so I'm just including it. This is West Virginia. Like I mentioned last week, I was doing a lot of West Virginia cards last week, so we sold a lot of West Virginia cards. This, of course, being one of them. This one sold for $5.65, free shipping. This is Morgantown, West Virginia. It's a rather unusual view of Cooper's Rock. Cooper's Rock's a pretty common subject, but this is not a view that is super, super common. So got a little bit more for it than a lot of the cards may go for. Coming up next, Sausalito, California. Nice little view of the town from the water. Sailboats. Not a lot of Sausalito postcards out there. So this one actually, did pretty well. I got 1560. Start that over. $15.95 plus shipping on this one. It's unposted. A nice card. Somebody up here sold it for $10 at some point. But yeah, I really like this one. Just kind of a nice view of Sausalito. All right, so this is the Cherry Cottages in Virginia Beach, Virginia. This is one, there was quite a few of them out there. I just undercut the competition on price. I went $2.95 free shipping. Motels, always going to be a popular, roadside attractions, anything having to do with highways, transportation. So motels always do well. So yeah, very happy with this. It sold very quickly too, in a matter of a few hours. All right, I'm going to try. Hopefully pronounce this as the Biat El Ajaib. Sorry, one more try. It's the Biat El Ajaib Ladies Club in Jubilee Gardens, Zanzibar. I think this one really sold just because there's not a lot of Zanzibar postcards out there. I forget the name of this car down here, but it's the one that I think Steve Urkel drove. Anyways, very cool card, unposted, probably right around maybe 1950s, 1960s. So it's not an old card. It's definitely more modern. This one also sold for $15.95 plus shipping. We've got the new, back then, Fayette County Building and Courthouse in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. There was when I was first getting started, and most of the Pennsylvania postcards I was running across were like $2.95. I wasn't listing them. I did list this one. It ended up selling no problem for $6.25. Actually, relatively quickly, I think in about a week's time. Nice linen era postcard here, unposted. Large letter greetings from Colorado. I'm pretty standard on my prices on these, except this one was a little bit less expensive. Just because I had a ton of them, I wanted to move them. I think I even still have some. But yeah, just large letter greetings, very classic message from colorful Colorado. We got the little window scenes in each letter. It's classic and it's very, almost cliche, but I love this style of card. I really like this one too. This is just the color on this one. I don't think the scan did it justice. But this is Bumpus Hell in Lassen Volcanic National Park, California. I didn't see any of this view. I actually couldn't find any other Bumpus Hell ones. I probably could have priced this up a little bit. It got a few watchers very quickly, which usually means I should price it up a little bit. But I just let it run. And it sold for $8.95, free shipping. And it took, I don't know, maybe like 3 days to sell. But yeah, just a very cool modern chrome view. A very it's got that Kodachrome look to it with all those sort of washed colors. But, you see purples and reds and the white smoke coming off. It's just a very, objectively pretty card to look at. Here we have Norristown, Pennsylvania, Erie Street looking east. Once again, this is one of those cards. There was a bunch out there, but they were all really high for some reason. Very common card, but they were up in $5, $6, and even $10 and up cards. From everything that I could find, historically speaking, over the last year and on WorthPoint, this card had never sold for more than $6. So I just priced mine at a price I was confident it would move, and it did actually relatively quickly in just a couple of days. $3.95 free shipping. Another just objectively pretty card to look at. This is Mount Rainier National Park, Washington State. These are the Paradise Ice Caves back at the time. They look quite a bit different nowadays. But still just a very cool blue, nice card to look at. I really like this one. Took a little while to sell. It took, I don't know, probably 2 months to sell. And it sold for $6.95 free ship. Here we have Stockbridge, Massachusetts, the Indian Monument. It's a Detroit Publishing Fostent card. This actually came from my recent purchase from a local collector. And if you've been following along the channel this week, I did a number of haul unboxing videos. 3 of them are dedicated to postcards, so you can go back and watch those. But there's also a lot of other interesting ephemera and other items you can check out in those videos also. So yeah, this one here sold for $4.95, free shipping, unposted, Detroit Publishing. Just a nice card, $4.95. This is a little darker. I probably could have lightened this up. The scan just came through this way. This is Canton, Ohio, the McKinley Memorial. Very common subject, less common view. I priced it at $3.95. Publisher's Lighten and Valentine Company, very, renowned publisher. Yeah, $3.95, and then I sent out a 10% offer. Somebody took me up on it, and it sold. Free shipping. Here is Towser and Jackie. They are a Jack Russell Terrier and a Towser. There we go. Very common card. Once again, priced at a price that I was confident it would sell at. It sold at $3.95, free shipping, unposted. If you do a search for Towser and Jackie, there are a lot of this artist sign Landor postcard out there. Gimbel Brothers, Market Street in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. These Gimbel Brothers postcards all do very well. Had this up at $14.95. I took an offer for $11. It only took a couple of days, and when we're talking, cards over $10, I usually have a little more leeway. Just as a reminder, I usually have, less than $1 into these. So, that's definitely good profit. I'm very happy with that. And it's one of those, if you see Gimbel Brothers postcards, I don't care what city you're in, list that card. It's going to sell if you price it right. We've got New Jersey again, Atlantic City. Nice boardwalk view of the amusement park here in the background. Undoubtedly why this one sold, although it could have just been somebody who would like it. Hi, you would like it here. See you and tell you about it. Yeah. But yeah, been doing well with the New Jersey postcards. I listed a whole bunch of them, and they've been selling off pretty good. This is the Cass Pocahontas County Scenic Railroad Company, another West Virginia card. They've been selling off pretty good. Went out on a offer sent for $2.80. It was only at $2.95. There was others out there, not super common. It's more modern chrome card. Yeah, you list it, you sell it. That's how it works. Moving right along. We have St. Joseph's Church in Mount Sterling, Illinois. Unposted. I believe that when I listed this, I don't think I had any. There was no others like it out there. That's not to say there aren't now, but it took around 6 months or so to sell. This came out of a collection. I bought around 1,000 real photo courthouse, churches, and post office postcards from a private collector last summer. So this came out of that. I've done very well with that buy. This card sold for $33.95 plus first class shipping. New York Zoological Society. There's not many that are worth listing on their own. Normally I would lot these up, but the bald eagle, being the whole nation's national bird and all that stuff, kind of made this one worthwhile. So it sold for $5.36, free shipping on an offer sent to watchers. Unposted. You'll see this, NYZP, the New York Zoological Publishers. Or New York Zoological Park, rather. Oops. Here we go. Hole in the Rock, Phoenix, Arizona. I don't know what did it, but this is kind of how I cropped it. This is what the front view of the listing looked like. So if you were scrolling through, you would have seen all these, like, all looking exactly the same, but then you saw mine, which was a little bit different. So, when you do stuff like that, you can sometimes catch the eye of somebody who's just scrolling through postcards. Not sure if that's what happened here, but this one did sell in a very, a marketplace where there's a lot of these out there for $2.95 free ship. We've got Cactus Pete's Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. No brainer here, going to list a casino. You know it. Front views like that. I always mention the classic cars if we see them, which we do. The card itself is a little brighter than the scan represents, but still sold for $6.25 free ship. Fort Bragg, North Carolina. This is the Womack Army Hospital. So hospitals do very well for me. It's good, definitely something if you've got a hospital, definitely take a look. If you price it right, it's probably going to sell at some point. This one sold for $6.25 free ship. This one came from the Michon auction, that the lot that I won, back in March now. And there's just so much here. This is a real photo postcard, obviously. We can talk about, we've got Woolworths down here on the right. We've got the nice entrance to the Redwood Highway sign. We've got a trolley. We've got cars. Got people crossing the street. Here's a crossing guard, police officer with his motorcycle here. Like, there's just so much to look at in this card. It is so full of information. This is the kind of thing that collectors love to see. If you're just sort of now getting into postcards or getting into selling postcards, this is the kind of thing you want to look for. Stuff with a lot of detail, stuff with a lot of information. It's a California postcard, which is a good, already a plus. It's the Redwood Highway, highways, byways, cars, transportation, all that stuff does well. So, this is a good sort of demonstrative postcard of, good stuff to look for. I did take an offer on this. I think I had it up at about $34.95. And I went back and forth with the buyer on this. Took an offer finally for $28 plus first class shipping. Here we have Ogunquit, Maine. Bald Head Cliffs and their cliff house. Nice chrome postcard. It's got those ruffled edges. There we go. Bald Head House. Unposted. Dexter Press. Nice card. There's a lot of cards out there with this subject matter. The chrome ones I saw were selling between like $3 and $5. I had mine up at $3.95, and it sold on an offer sent to watchers for $3.56 free ship. Same thing here. This is one that there was a lot of them out there. So mine wasn't the greatest condition. You see there's creases, it's edge wear. Like the color on mine is kind of dingy. So this is one I could have maybe gotten an extra $1 or $2 for, but I just blew it out. $2.95 free shipping. It's just some nice pictures of homes in Oklahoma City. Some Victorian, Art Nouveau style homes. Talk a lot about big trees in California. Well, how about big trees in Canada? Here's a big tree, a car driving through a big tree in Stanley Park in Vancouver, BC. I've been to this park. It's beautiful. If you have the opportunity to go, I recommend it. I love the big hats and, very sort of classic, auto touring image here. And my zoom in was, of course, on the big hat. That one, by the way, sold for $4.95 free ship. Here's another one. Super duper common postcard. There's a ton of them out there. I priced mine at basically at the lowest I priced my cards at, which is $2.95. And it sold almost right away. I was very surprised. So yeah, $2.95 free ship on this one, which is awesome. I love it when that happens. I was on the fence about listing this one too. I was like, well, I'll just put it up for like my lowest price, and then if somebody buys it eventually, they'll buy it eventually. Nice, beautiful linen postcard. Pardon me, not linen postcard. This is a divided back sunset on the beach of Santa Barbara, California. Really nice colors to this one. You have this very like warm, hot, like reds and oranges up here. It sort of comes down to this on the beach where it's all these like blues and greens, nice cool colors. So it's just a nice composition visually to this. This one sold for $3.95 free ship. We have the Middlebury Inn in Vermont, in Middlebury, Vermont, I should say. My zoom in here was just right on the front door. It didn't make a huge amount of difference, I don't think. But this card and the next one went out to the same buyer. The total was they both were on offers sent to watchers. They just happened to be watching two cards, and the offers went out at the same time, and they took them both. So this card and this card, which is the Chicago Museum of Science and Industry. These are the World War II Spitfire planes. Cool exhibit. I don't know if it's still there, but I think just a neat looking image. I've sold a few of these Chicago Museum of Science and Industry cards. I think this one was the more expensive of the two cards. It was like $5 or $6, but yeah, very cool. So the total on those, again, for the two cards was $9.60 with free shipping. Here we have the Universalist Church in Kingfield, Maine. Winter scene with horses. I, of course, kind of focused on that. There was one of these out there. It hadn't sold. I couldn't find much of a sales history for this particular card. The other one that was out there was at $19.95 make offer with $1 shipping. I decided, I'm like, all right, well, if there's going to be two out there, I want mine to sell. $20 for this card is probably a little bit too rich for somebody's blood. I put mine out at $14.95 and with the make offer option, and it sold overnight for full asking price for $14.95 plus $1 shipping. So sometimes, you might see a card that's out there and somebody's got it for like 20, 25, $30. Maybe it's worth that. Maybe. If you want to wait it out for that, you can certainly do that. This is a nice card. There's nothing incredibly remarkable about it. So sometimes, coming down to a price that's going to get one to move is a good place to go. I'm not saying that's going to be the best thing to do with every card, by no means. There are cards that are going to be better that you want to hold out for more money if you think you can get it. This card had the other person had watchers on it, but nobody had bitten. So that told me, he's probably a little bit higher than what the market is going to support. And turns out I was right, because my card sold. Here we have the Sacred Heart Church in Moline, Illinois. Nice linen postcard. This one only sold for $2.95 free shipping. And I think I messed up when I priced it. Honestly, maybe not. Go look it up. Sacred Heart Church, Moline, Illinois. Linen postcard. Did I sell it for too low? I don't think I did, but I think maybe I did. Anyways, this one again, $2.95 free ship. This one sold very quickly. This is the west entrance to the Cascade Tunnel in Washington State. This is the which railroad was this? Great Northern Railway. Makes sense, right? This one sold very quickly. There are others out there, not exactly this one, but it sold for $19.95 plus shipping. Again, sold overnight. Let's see here. Well, yeah, it never got posted because they never put in the address. Yeah, but nice card. Yeah. Here is surf bathing in Galveston, Texas, which I mistitled as sunbathing in Galveston, Texas, although I don't think it matters. Been doing pretty well with the Galveston cards. In general, Texas cards do pretty good. The coloring on this one, again, is not true to the card. Sometimes with scans and uploads and just how a particular website displays an image, you get some shifting in the color scheme, and that's the case here. It's definitely a brighter and better contrast card than what's represented, I think. It did sell though for $7.95 free shipping. Here's the Navajo Motel in Seligman, Arizona. Once again, lots of cards out there. They were all very high priced. No, I couldn't find much in solds. So, put mine at a price that I thought was a price that somebody would buy, and they did. I don't think really a spectacular card, right? Like, there's not, you can tell it's a motel, but it's really just sort of this like horizontal line going across. We've got a nice logo here. We've got the AAA logo here. It's a linen card, but it's, there's no like really point of interest on the card really outside of the logo here. You don't see the pool. You don't see the office. There's no, view of the doors or anything like that. It's just this sort of, horizon line. Still sold very quickly, like overnight, $7.95 free ship. Here is the Walloomsac Inn in Old Bennington, Vermont. Took a little while to sell. Went out on a offer sent to watchers. This was, look, $2 at some point. So it looks like I was right on the money because I sold it for $2.80 free shipping. All right. I like this card. This is the Buffalo Bar, Deadwood, South Dakota. I've got a bunch of cards from this bar. I have 2 copies of this exact card. This is the first that sold. It went out on a make offer. $3.56 with free shipping. Mike Roberts, natural color card. Yeah. This looks like a really neat bar. I want to go. You kind of had me at like, cow on the ceiling and also cowskin booths. Yeah, I like it. Have you ever been there? Anyone ever been to this bar? If so, let me know in the comments. How was it? All right. This is Ocean City, Maryland. This is the Seabunt. Yep, the Seabunt Motel Street. Nice street view with the car. Nice. I like these old cars. The Seabunt Motel. I feel like it's probably a, truncation of something, but who knows? What a weird name. I mean, even then, this place did not look like the kind of place you want to stay at. Like, this is the kind of place where you're like, I'm going to roll through town for like, I just need to sleep for like 6 hours. And then I need to get right back on the road. And you want to do it on a budget. And you don't want to sleep in your car. Although if you're driving this car, I'm just going to sleep in the car. In any case, this one went for $5.95 free ship. Now, see, this place looks nice. This is my kind of place right here. This is Frederick, Maryland as well. This is Massner's Motel and Restaurant. Nice chrome postcard. Got lots of signs. They got a restaurant. Place looks clean. Look how much nicer the cars are out front. That's what I'm talking about. This actually went to the same buyer as the previous card for $3.95 free shipping. Seen a bunch of these over the past several weeks. We've got William Stanley Mazurowski, the Maz. These are pretty much standard priced on them. These are not old. These are very modern chromes. This is the 2005 run of these cards. $3.95 free ship. You know, here's another one. There were quite a few out there of this. This is a real photo. Memorial Tower. You probably can't read that down there. It's the west corridor of the Memorial Tower in San Francisco, California. There was a bunch up, not a ton sold, but none of them, I think, really you could make out much of the detail here along the wall, which is a beautiful mural. This was my zoom in, and there's the whole thing. Back of the card, you can't see it. The EKCs sometimes don't scan real well, so you're missing the stamp box. Although there is actually a stamp box on the back of this card, we just can't see it right now. So yeah, $3.95, or not, pardon me, $8.95 free shipping. Actually $8.50. I sent out an offer on this one. We've got Father Flanagan at the Flanagan Boys Home in Boys Town, USA. I've got a few of these cards. The person who, I don't know if it's the same person, but I received a message from somebody who wanted this card and another one of the same thing, Father Flanagan's Boys Home, for $15 a piece, or $10 a piece, rather. I said no. I had them up at 30 a piece. I basically said, no, I'll go 15. And then I got an offer a few hours later for 20 on just this card, which I took. So I think maybe the person just had like $20 budgeted for their Father Flanagan postcards that day. And when they couldn't get both for their budget, they just bought the one, which was fine with me. Yeah. So $20 plus shipping. Here we have Fred Beecher's Tavern in Green Bay, Wisconsin. There was a lot of them out there. So I went $7.95 free shipping and sent out an offer for 10% off. And it went for $7.16 free ship. I like this one as well. This looks like cool, old school soda fountain style. You know, the kind of place you're not going to find anymore. The like vinyl booths over here, everything is tiled. Just cool. Here we have Spokane, Washington. This is one of the new city parks. Which one? We don't know. That's just what it says. It's one of the new ones. Again, there were other cards out there that were exactly like this one. I decided to focus in on the people at the park in their nice period garb. Sold for $5.65, also on a make offer to watchers. This one sold. I just listed this yesterday, and it sold overnight. Lido Beach in Sarasota, Florida. There were others out there. I included the word sunbathers, umbrellas in my title, and it sold very quickly. I also focused in on the sunbathers and watchers, or in the umbrellas. So perhaps that's what sold the card. I find that when I focus in on some detail on a more common card, they tend to sell a little bit quicker. So this one went for $6.95 free ship. Here we have a beach scene in Lake Tahoe, a nice sunset view, linen postcard, unposted, Frasher's photos. Frasher's is actually pretty well collected. So if you find yourself a Frasher's card, and they did real photo postcards, they did, you know, a whole range of postcards. So I've done very well when I include Frasher's in what is a Frasher's card. And that Frasher's, you'll see that the logo's down here at the bottom if that thing goes away. Down there at the bottom. Stop, go away. Go away. You'll see what I mean. All right, moving right along. All right. If you are astute and observant, you will notice the signature in the lower left-hand corner is that of Ellen Clapsaddle. Beautiful card. Very, very well collected postcard artist. Again, a no-brainer when I went to list it. I'm actually, it sold overnight. I listed this last night. It sold today for $14.95 plus shipping. I thought I was a little on the high side for these Easter postcards, although I did not see this exact one out there, which maybe I should have gone for a little bit more, like $19.95 make offer. I don't know. Perhaps. This has got a nice, very visible signature in the lower left-hand corner, which I think is one of the things that's its selling point. Outside of just being a nice, nice piece of art. This is Our Lady of Victory Infant Home and Maternity Hospital in Lackawanna, New York. It's a mouthful. Again, hospitals. It's a white border, so 1920s, 1930s. Herman Postcard Company. Look at that logo up there. We even know exactly where he was. Just a cool-looking postcard of a cool-looking building. I like these sort of corner views with the vanishing point perspective you see on postcards so often. Just looks really neat. This one sold for $6.95 free shipping. And then our last postcard, which sold just a few minutes before this video started. This is Pasco, Washington. It's the Snake River. We're actually the Snake and Columbia River. It's where the two rivers converge. What's really kind of funny and interesting about this one is the purchaser of this card bought this card, sent me an offer for $10. I accepted it. It was up for $14.95. And after I get a text message that it was the person who I made my private purchase from locally here. All the videos you've been seeing earlier this week came from the person who purchased this card, which was, he didn't realize it. Of course, I didn't realize it when I was accepting the offer, but just goes to show it's a small world out there. Moving on, we've got just a few off the HIP platform sold this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, it looks like. This one here is the first post office west of the Rocky Mountains, Astoria, Oregon. Post offices are pretty well collected. There was none other of this card when it went up. It sold for full asking price, which was shows here at $53.96. I don't know why that is. It was up at $54.95. I think that's the adjusted amount after HIP takes their fees. But very nice postcard. It took a while to sell. It took about 4 or 5 months to sell, but it did. And yeah, very nice. Here we have the Oregon coast. I forget the location here. Highest point, Oregon coast, Cape Perpetua. Perpetua? Yeah, Perpetua, right? That's how you say that. Perpetua. I don't know. If you're in Oregon and I'm saying it wrong, let me know. But still very nice, very, very pretty postcard. It actually sold to the same person as this postcard, which is Depot Bay, Oregon. Nice little coastal view with the boat coming through. Probably back from a fishing expedition. This one went for $7.95. Cape Perpetua sold for $14.95. Both charged a $1 shipping, and they went to the same customer. And our last card is the Harkin Store in West Newton near Ulm, Minnesota. Interior view. This came from the recent collector who bought the Pasco card, and I bought a large number of cards from. Nice interior view. Got the wood-burning stove, just the various wares for sale. I think this is really more of a mock-up of the store, though. It's like Atlas here, sitting here. Just a cool looking card. Just a lot of information here. This is the kind of stuff people like to look at. I like to look at it. You like to look at it? I hope you like to look at it. If you don't, you're watching the wrong video. But yes, this one sold. I took an offer on it for $10 plus shipping. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is that. Those are our cards. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. We do this once a week. If it's your first time seeing one of these, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Throw me a comment or a thumbs up if you like this kind of content as well. And we'll catch you next week. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. See you next time.